All right, we are live again, recording episode 19 of the Daily BLP. Thanks everybody for joining us. What is today? Today's Wednesday, March 26th. Man, we are just cruising along in this year, almost done with the first quarter. Declan is with us today, spinning in circles over in the chair. Not sure why he's doing that, but it's super distracting. He may or may not stop that. I don't know. But Doge, how you doing today, bud?
Nice, Bran. Everything is fine.
Good. Cameras are working, mics are working, headphones are working. We've also got Manish with us, our marketing manager. Manish, how are you doing today, bud?
Hey, Bran. Doing good. How are you?
Doing good. Hey, I like that. What is that? Is that shirt light pink or is it white? Looks good.
This is white.
Is it white? Okay, white with a blue Puma.
It
it's a
seems
Puma
like
shirt.
a light.
Yeah, I think it's just
like a pink.
I think it's just the way the light is hitting it. But no, it looks good. I like that. I like Puma gear. And Matt
Thanks,
joining us from Pivot Studios. How you doing, bud?
Doing good, Brian. Glad to be here. Hope everyone's doing good out there.
Yeah, doing all right. We are just getting started, and I'm already on my third cup of coffee. I don't know if that's going to last. We'll see. All right. Well, happy hump day, everybody. It's the middle of the week. We've got stuff done, more stuff to get done. What's going on with us today here at Panacea? Well, yesterday, at the end of the day, we took a ride up to Manitowoc to meet with the real estate agent that's helping us with this possible transaction of leasing and then buying a property up there for our office and for some other endeavors. Declan got to ride along. It was fun. So he got to see the inside of the building, and he got pretty excited, huh? I wish he's just giving me head bob sign language. Yes, you guys can't hear him, but he's excited. What does that mean? Well, we drafted up a lease, what's called a agreement of intent, and then a offer on the purchase of the property. So we'll see if the owners like what we're offering, what they come back with, and if we're going to go back and forth. I don't know, but that's a big step to move forward on. So, yeah, if we do move forward that, I got a lot of work cut out for me. I don't know. I glutton for punishment. Also, as far as the show goes, there's going to be some. It's going to get kind of wonky here over the next couple weeks, everybody, because I'm going on taking a little vacation for a few days next week. We'll record Thursday and Friday again. Just it doesn't really matter much for you guys, but at a different time here. Declan's going to help with that in the afternoon because the morning I'll be busy. We're going to go for a little vacation next week. And then I'll be back on Friday. We'll have a show on Friday. And then the next 2 weeks after that, I'll be out taking care of my wife who's having surgery, kind of a major surgery to fix some things. And so I'll be taking care of her for a couple weeks. But we'll see. Maybe we can arrange a few check-in recordings from the home office just to keep things going. But other than that, it'll be fine. We've got lots of stuff that we can do and put out in the meantime from all this stuff that we've been creating over the last month or two. So, yeah, we'll be in touch but the show will go on. So, if you're used to seeing the daily show now, don't worry. We'll be back shortly, and we'll put some stuff out there just to kind of keep the needle moving. But what else is going on? I've got another business review meeting with a newer client from the end of last year. Turned out to be a really good client. They are a functional medicine clinic in kind of the Fox Valley area of Wisconsin. So anybody who knows what functional medicine is, but if you don't know, it's more less of your traditional kind of pharmaceutical and treat things a certain way, and more trying to kind of teach you how to take care of yourself better, to keep yourself healthier, address certain concerns that are happening, medically. I'm not an expert, but I like the approach. It may or may not be for everybody, but I think it's a really good option for a lot of people. But they are turning out to be a fantastic client. We're going to be meeting with their director of operations today just to kind of review things and talk about some future stuff for them. So that should be fun. What else is happening this week? Bob booked an appointment for me. I think I might have mentioned this on the show yesterday with a company out of Phoenix. So we're looking to break into that market. Phoenix is, a pretty large market, and, it's warmer than Wisconsin. So building business down there could be a fun opportunity to get to dig out of the snow a couple times a year to get down there. But our objective is to pick up a few clients, serve them well, have enough recurring revenue to open up an office down there and start building some staff locally to do more. So that's pretty exciting. We'll see how it goes. Seems like it'd be a pretty good opportunity. I think Bob's notes said they have about 60 endpoints and about 4 servers and a couple locations. So it sounds like they're working with a company right now. I don't know how great that relationship is or isn't, but as we always say, even just kind of getting in front of somebody to have an introduction and have a conversation can be a good start for things down the road. What else? What is this one? I don't think this is an IT discovery meeting, so I think somebody got a hold of my link and booked a meeting with me to try to sell me stuff. So that's fun. Maybe they're on our marketing lists, Manish. I don't know. But I've got someone signed up for an IT discovery meeting via Zoom from my link for Friday. And this person is from a company called backmarket.com. So I looked at them, and they're kind of a reseller of hardware and of like computer and tech hardware and stuff. So I doubt they're looking for IT managed services. They're probably looking to say, hey, we could be a vendor, or if you're buying hardware, which we do, but it's kind of a shady, sneaky way to get on my calendar. So I might have.
Yeah, I completely agree, Brian. That is something tactic should be avoided for, from any marketing or salesperson. So we shouldn't reach out to this way. We shouldn't block someone's calendar, because until unless we won't get a good, relationship or something, maybe in the future we could be a potential client for that business. But this is something wrong and negative impacted. Someone's definitely booking.
It is what it is. I mean, it's it's a little bit of a backdoor to get in, and if I wasn't paying close attention, I'd jump into the meeting and be like, "Hey," and they'd be like, "Well, we don't really, but we want to do this," and But I think what I'm just gonna do is have Jamie. Well, I've got the person's email address. Follow up with them and say, "Hey, what's the nature? You weren't very informative when you signed up for this meeting. We just want to make sure it's a fit and a good use of time. What exactly are you looking to accomplish during the meeting?" And then, if they say, well, we do this and we want to sell you this, we'll be like, we'll pass. So we'll see.
That sounds good.
We'll see. What else we got here? Ooh, we've got a couple of big things on the healthcare side that started happening. We have this relationship with a company that sets us up with leads for these big hospital network kind of opportunities. We're really excited to take them, but it's a big step for us. So it takes a lot of prep, but they do a really good job of getting us notes and information on the people we're going to be meeting with. This is their position. We've known them for a lot of years. This is the kind of work they're looking for. They kind of coach us up a little bit on some of the topic stuff. So we had a meeting like this late last week, and it went all right. But there's a few things I think we could have done better. But the one coming up, we've got one. Let's see. One tomorrow, which we might cancel that one because that one might not be a good fit. But the Friday one, Manish, is the one I was talking about the other day. The one they're interested in digital marketing. So that would be a big win. That would be the type of account where we'd probably end up having to, if we got that, growing the team a little bit to be able to account for the work that would need to be done. We'll see. I don't know. But I know you guys are working hard trying to get in, the Panaclicks site to a point where we can have it live.
Oh yes, Brian. So yeah. So sorry to interrupt you. Yeah.
No,
so we have worked last night on the website. Yesterday we worked on the website, and when I entered today in the office, so Manoj was working on the website. So it's been like more than 24 hours. We have been working continuously on the Panaclicks website. And I think 70 to 80% we have completed all
Awesome.
things. Few things are pending, like some forms and some CTA should be rectified. And hopefully we will be completing, like we will have a final look of the website by tomorrow EOD. What do you think, Manoj? I think that's our
Yeah.
deadline. We can do that right tomorrow EOD, right?
Yep, I think so.
So hey,
Yeah,
Manoj,
that
I
sounds good.
see down the front page a little bit. You stuck like kind of one of our team pictures in there. I think that's a good
Yep.
idea. Do you have access to some of the other team shots that we have, or the individual shots? If you don't, we can get you
Uh,
those pictures. We have some of like Jamie at her desk, or Lisa's not with us anymore, but Lisa was at her desk, or some of the other people kind of doing stuff. We've got other pictures if you want. If you want
We
access to
have.
those. Yeah, you have those.
Yeah, we have, yeah. We have in
Okay,
the
cool.
OneDrive that is we made for the marketing one
Okay.
earlier when Paramhans was working with us. So yeah, pictures is all picture are there. So we can pull out the pictures from there. Thanks.
Yep. Cool. Um, and I sent some of my thoughts on. I know you're struggling with pictures a little bit and images. Um, so basically what I was doing, I was like, okay, what if the headlines and the headers are going to be certain words and phrases? Pictures should go along with that. So you shouldn't have a headline and a picture that doesn't necessarily fit it. So that's why I said, hey, I know you're struggling a little bit and got a little bit of creative block. So if we're going to say something like helping your business grow one step at a time, the picture with that right now is just a person with a computer smiling, fine, but it doesn't really speak to what we're saying there, right? So maybe it's somebody with a briefcase or a laptop or something with them, and they're walking upstairs. Or maybe like I showed you those images of blocks being stacked with different icons on the blocks, meaning business growth. And so when you're kind of and down below, you say who we are, and then so we're a passionate team of strategists. Like whatever we put on there to describe us, the images should fit with those descriptive words. And that should help you find images that kind of match with what you're trying to communicate
Yeah, I
visually.
like your idea, Brian, and I have seen some recommendation of him as well. So here, my idea for the hero section for the first image where
Yeah,
a guy with laptop. So I want to showcase something like that. A few bunch of people working in a marketing department, and
sure.
they are working on some ideas and just drafting a growth of any business. So I just want to put something there because we are not a digital agency. We are not a marketing agency. We are a growth agency.
Yeah,
So, as you've seen in our recent clients, we have given a good growth to the businesses.
yeah, yep.
So that's idea I have in my mind. So we are working on that, and probably we can make this section in a couple of hours. We have very close on that. We are very
Okay.
close on that.
Sounds good. I know in the services page we've got web dev, SEO, all the different services that we're doing, and then at the below part, the find your right plans. We haven't really kind of picked or talked about how we're going to monetize plans in that way. So that's something that we might have to hold off on, because what I don't want someone seeing right now is that we've got placeholders for plans in place, and they think that those are already there, and we're selling those kind of things. So
Sure.
anyway, and then the insights, we got the blog there, and then about us. Yeah, I think with the about us page, we could do it similarly, that we've got the about us pages for the other sites, just kind of fit into your design structure here, but information about members on the team and
Panaclicks.
stuff like that. So yeah. Okay. We're getting there. Awesome. It's nothing like new opportunities for business to force us to do things we've been working on for a while faster to get them done, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, cool. Matt, how are you doing, man? How was your day yesterday?
Day was good yesterday. Had a couple good video recordings and things of that nature. Been doing a lot of testimonials now mainly as well for some clients. So as you know, with Riverside and things like that, we really been capitalizing on, hey, you need testimonials for your company. You just click a link and you can get in, good
Yeah.
video quality. So I've been doing a lot of that, but yeah, just chugging along here. I'm also heading to Florida this upcoming weekend for a small little vacation. So I'll be leaving Friday, coming back Monday. So I'll be there. So looking forward to that. But yeah, other than that, all is good. Finally, we'll be sending the first emails today for our email marketing campaign
Okay,
as
yeah.
well. So yeah,
That's
so
ready
we're
to
looking
go.
up.
And you're doing A/B testing, so you're doing a different email, kind of seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing different email. We're doing we're doing some with with a video testimonial, some with PDFs, some with just text. And then we're doing a whole LinkedIn algorithm as well, where we'll mainly be targeting like coaches and EOS and consultants for testimonials as well, because that's very, very big within their industry. So yeah, LinkedIn kind of has its own campaign, and then our email will have a couple A/B tests as well.
Cool. Be interested in see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
Awesome. What's going on in Florida? You got friends or family down there? Or just wanted to get down there?
Yeah, family's getting together for a little family reunion. First time, my brother actually lives in Germany. So
wow.
he's a government contractor, so we don't really see him too often. Obviously, it's a lot for him and his whole family to come over here. So he'll be there. Just a whole side of the family, good family reunion. So just a good excuse to get everyone together in a cool part of the country. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife has a friend that she works in government contracting too, government military contracting. And so she's been in Germany the last few years. I think she's getting ready to come back home or be stationed somewhere else. But she's a civilian. She used to be in the military, but she works on the civilian side of contracting with military stuff. So it's funny because she's always sending my wife pictures of different places she's going in Germany and a lot of the weird stuff that they do over there as far as like holidays and festivals and stuff. It's kind of cool.
No, Germany's a really cool country. I visited them back in high school, and that was the language I took in high school as well. So I got to test it out a little bit as well. But yeah, really cool country.
Germany. Cool. All right. Awesome. So let's move over to our daily check-in with efficiency in our government and how it's affecting things. So popping over to Doge real quick, a couple updates from yesterday. Looks like they found some more contracts that could be terminated to the tune ceiling value of about $4.7 billion in savings. So ceiling value of $4.7 billion and a savings of $3.3 billion. Only $3.3 billion in savings, including a $145 USDA consulting contract for Peru climate change activities. What else here? They're up to 315,000 deactivated credit cards. So that's good news. And the last update from yesterday that I'm seeing is it's a fitness update, guys. Apparently it's really important in the government to keep people fit. I'm not sure how they're doing that, especially when most of these people weren't even working for many offices or anything or leaving their house. Maybe there were some incentivized programs on, video fitness courses or something. But this says, as a follow-on, there was a largely $32.1 million purchase agreement for government-wide consulting on fitness center services, which has been canceled. So it wasn't even an agreement on, let's say, memberships for, employees to fitness centers. It was literally just a $32 million consulting agreement to talk about fitness center services.
I want to get into that consulting side of things. That sounds pretty lucrative right there.
Hey guys, my name's Brian. I'm your fitness center services consultant. I'm here to talk about, fitness center services. Yeah. All right, here's my presentation. Go work out. It's good for you. All right. I'll be expecting my check.
Yeah. You'll look good. You'll feel good. Go do it. Be like, thank you. Oh my goodness.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes into being healthy, like nutrition and all that stuff. But this doesn't even say anything about that. It's literally just consulting about fitness center services. Yep. I don't know.
I was watching shorts on Instagram recent days, and I found a fitness coach, and he was speaking about the dry fruits. So he says that we eat almonds, we eat walnuts, and we eat chia seeds and these type of seeds,
Sure.
and it's good for. And everyone says that these are things are good for health, but these are not fruits. There is a big marketing strategy behind promoting these stuffs in the market. So when you see the grapes dried form,
Yeah.
so that is a dry fruit. So I found that there is a lot of fitness coaches there talking, real facts that we don't know about the products that we are using for the fitness and everyday, health goals. But
Yeah.
actually, the branding, the name that they are using, the taglines they are using, that is not going to be a fit for the product. So these type of fun
Yeah.
facts is like, I think that should be something awareness point that we can
Oh yeah, I mean for
discuss.
sure. I mean for sure. Like, you want to talk marketing? Like on the foods we eat, there's some pretty, um, I would say, shading marketing campaigns built around the foods that we've eaten forever, right? Like, as a kid, it was always like how many different cereal commercials were on TV that we're watching, right? And this cereal is good for you. That's good for you. This is for your heart. Has all these grains that are good for you, and blah blah blah. And it's just not. It's just not true. Most
This
of
is
the
not
time,
true.
it's not.
Exactly.
It's not true at all. Or even the. We could go down a real rabbit hole on this. I don't know what's really been taught the last 40 years in India when it comes to nutrition, but over here it was the food pyramid, right? If Matt, I guarantee if I talk about the food pyramid with you, you could be like, "Yep, I know that thing. It was
Yep, I
posted
know.
all over the walls, right?"
Everywhere. Yep.
So let's say we've never had this conversation before, Matt. You grew up on the East Coast. I grew up in the South and in the Midwest. And I bet you we could talk for people all over the country and be like, okay, what kind of foods are the foundational foods at the bottom of the pyramid that you're supposed to have the most of? What do you remember? What was at the bottom?
What was it? It was I don't remember. Wasn't it like bread
Yep.
and things like
You
that?
got it.
Yeah.
Bread,
Yeah.
grains, carbs. It was all
Yeah.
oats, all that kind of stuff. And at the top, where it says you need the least of this every day, you remember what was at the top?
It was like, was it fruits and
No, it
stuff
was
like
meat.
that?
It was meat
Okay, it
and
was meat.
proteins.
Okay.
Yeah. So they put all the things that you need the most, that are like the best for you. It's completely upside down. And there's a lot of different theories and conspiracy theories on it. And I don't think it's too much of a conspiracy to say that, that if you where you follow the money, where's the most money put behind the different products that are there? And I mean that you look at where we are, what's happened over the last 40, 50 years with kids, and not just obesity, but type 2 diabetes and all these kind of things. Well, when you tell parents and families and kids the most important things you should be eating are everything that turns into sugar in your body, that's what leads to those things. So, yeah. What was it like in India, Manish, when it comes to, the marketing behind foods and nutrition? Or was it more like homegrown families kind of say, we always know traditionally this is what we should be eating, so this is what we eat?
Yeah. So brand in India. So like now the scenario is Indian people wants to eat more organic thing.
Yeah.
So
It's
they
like
wants
that.
to eat more home cooked food, not the packed food. They don't. They try to avoid restaurant and packed foods, outside food. Always we try to eat something cooked in a house, and then we want to eat. That's a few thing, but I just want to ask you: do you guys call almond, cashews, and walnuts dry fruit in USA?
No, we
Because
don't call them
in
dry foods.
India,
It's nuts and seeds, right? And
exactly.
traditionally over here, and I haven't found out about this until recently, it was always like, hey, nuts and seeds and things like that are good for you. But it's not necessarily the case, because a lot of people can't metabolize those kind of things very well, and a lot of those nuts and seeds have kind of like naturally occurring poisons in them. So if you eat a little bit of them, that can be okay. But if you, like, some people will sit down with a thing of peanuts and eat the whole daggum thing of peanuts. That's not good for you at that point. Or a whole bag of almonds, or even a whole bag of pistachios. You know what I mean?
Right. So what? Yep. That's the thing that I knew 2 days back. I was not aware about that. I always used to call the almonds and
Healthy.
cashews and walnuts the dry fruit, because in Indian market they marketed the products like
As
with the
dry
dry
fruit.
fruit. Even 99% of the Indians knows, okay, almond is a dry fruit. Let's eat some dry fruit. This is good for the health. So I recently knew about that. Manoj, are you aware about that?
No, sir.
It's
I thought
crazy,
it's
and
dry
but
fruit.
there's truth behind it, and and this has been used to the detriment of societies and culture for a long time. If you tell a lie often enough, people will start to believe it as truth. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, and especially if you can get popular people, celebrities, or experts to get behind that. And, you know, if you have enough dollars that you can write off on a check or in cash, you can get people to come on board and say things that aren't necessarily true. And 40 years later, you got people dying of obesity and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, what's up, Manny? You want to come join us? You just looking over the edge?
Hey, Brad,
Anyway,
I found
ahead.
something pretty interesting real quick,
Okay.
if you're
Yeah, yeah.
interested in it. Just going off of the Doge stuff and the credit
Yeah.
card stuff, because I was
sure.
just curious, like, okay, who is like giving all these credit cards? And so it looks like, so these cards, they're called Smart 3 Pay credit cards, and they're only MasterCard and Visa. They're not Amex or anything. They're also exempt from sales tax as well. So if you're using that, you're exempt from sales tax. And they're exclusively contracted through Citibank and US Bank. So two companies. So I just wonder if they were encouraged, or if they made more money by giving all these credit cards, you know, a few years ago, because this was back in 2018 when the Smart 3 Pay cards were done and Citi. So I was just curious. I was like, okay, there's got to be certain banks doing it. So it looks like it was Citibank and US Bank were the two that were giving all these out.
And there had to be somebody had to have been like in relationship to say, hey, how many do you need? Well, we need a couple 100,000 or however many. Like we just need to have these lying around. So what I'm wondering is that, like, are they connected back to a account, or are they just loaded with a certain amount of money?
So
Or-
it says all purchases made with a purchase or fleet card, it's just billed directly to the U.S. government and are exempt from sales or use tax. That's what it says here.
So really, it's just a card. It's not a credit card in the sense that it's going to credit
Yeah.
that then has to be paid back to the bank. It's
Yeah.
just attached to the U.S.
That's
government.
what it looks like.
Somewhere, a computer account. You know what I mean? Like, huh?
No, yeah, interesting. Because I was just like, who is giving these cards? So I was like, I had to look that up.
And you wonder, like, if it's a bank that has to issue the cards, are they handling the transactions and just passing them on, or like how's the bank making money off of it?
Yeah, that's what I don't get either. There's
Banks
there's
just
a
don't-
whole world.
People don't do things for free, you know. Very interesting. Hey, if anybody's watching and has any feedback or wants to do a little bit of the legwork and know what's going on, that'd be an interesting topic to dig deeper into, is like these cards. What'd you say they were called again, Matt?
GSA Smart Pay 3 credit cards.
GSA Smart Pay 3. Interesting. We'll have to dig
Yeah, it's
in.
called the U.S. General Service Administration Smart Pay Program.
Wow. Doesn't sound very smart to me.
Yeah, it doesn't. Doesn't seem like it, does it?
Sounds like everybody's got these cards, just got to have blank checkbooks. They can just, I need this, I need that, I need this. Let's get that. Let's sign this. Let's do that. All right. Well, I'm just glad to see it's coming back around and they're getting a handle on it. Again, I don't think a lot of this stuff isn't like, it's not all fraudulent. It's just, I think it's just irresponsible. You know what I mean? This is what happens when you spend other people's money. Like when you have direct access to the pocketbook of not necessarily 350 million people in our country, because not everybody's a taxpayer based on income and stuff, but you got direct access to people's pocketbooks and you just spend the money how you want. Doesn't matter, especially if there's no one looking over your shoulder saying, hey, what are you doing with that? So cool. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Well, I think we're right up against our time here. I think it's at 9:53 and we started about 30 minutes ago. So we hit our timetable, guys. Covered some good topics. Appreciate everybody's input. Matt, thanks for finding information on that. Oh, there was one other thing before we go. There's a plane flight. I wanted to talk about that quick. So this plane flight that had to turn around. Talk about bad business. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad business. I mean, I can't. The
Bad
pilot,
piloting, maybe.
right?
Bad piloting.
I mean, he could be an awesome pilot, but he's relatively forgetful, right? And maybe he's got a process, or maybe somebody, he's cleaning out his bag and he forgot to put his passport back in, but he forgot his passport, had to turn around mid-flight, was headed to Shanghai, had to get back to LAX, So, I mean, that's crazy. Not just the cost of the turning it around, to refuel. Everybody was on that. Got some kind of comp. You said it wasn't very much, like $15 gift card or something.
Yeah, it was like a $15 meal voucher, I think it was. People were pretty annoyed by that.
Yeah. So their timing's all off. But I just think it's kind of funny because, I mean, I can't come down on this pilot too hard because, I mean, I can't tell you how I still have nightmares probably a couple times a year from when I was young, like in high school and college. And I was always worried about forgetting my football equipment to get it on the bus or before the game or leave it somewhere. And I would always have these dreams like I didn't have my helmet, or I didn't have my pads, or I didn't, because a couple times it happened where I didn't have the thigh pads that they used to make you wear and stuff. But I mean, I forget stuff all the time. I just the other day set up air tags for my keys in my wallet because I'm always sitting in places I can't remember where I put them. So somebody needs to put an air tag on this guy's passport. Cool. Well, hey, I'll take that 150 times a day over, planes landing upside down or worse. So we can joke about it in jest, but I kind of feel sorry for that guy. He's gonna be.
Yeah.
They're gonna be in the pilot's break room, and he's just gonna be getting it.
Yeah, for years probably. That's never getting let go. That's never getting let go.
Nope, he's gonna be like printed off in all the break room cork boards. Like he's gonna be the poster boy for the whipping child for the biggest mistake. But anyway, hopefully he doesn't get fired or anything like that. I don't think he probably deserves that. But anyway, thank you everybody. Episode 19, we're officially putting into the books. The Daily Blip is over. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.